The first time I saw it happen, I thought I was dreaming. It was 3:07 in the morning. My wife slowly got out of bed, walked downstairs, and left the house. She didn't take her phone. She didn't take her keys. And the strangest part? Her eyes were wide open, but she didn't look awake. At first, I assumed she was sleepwalking, but it kept happening. Every night, 3:07 a.m., she would get up, walk out the front door, and disappear into the darkness. Then she would come back an hour later. She never remembered anything. When I asked her about it, she laughed. She said she'd been asleep all night. So I installed a security camera in the living room. The footage made my stomach drop. Every night, she walked downstairs, but right before she opened the door, she would stop and stare directly into the camera for a full minute, not blinking, not moving, just staring. The next night, I followed her. I stayed about 30 feet behind. She walked slowly down the street, past the houses, past the last streetlight. Then she turned toward the forest at the edge of town and kept walking. I had lived in this town for 6 years, but I had never been inside those woods. The trees were thick. The air was cold. And the deeper we went, the quieter everything became. No wind, no insects, no sound at all. After about 10 minutes, she stopped. We reached a clearing, and that's when I saw them. There were dozens of people standing there. Men, women, even children, all standing in a circle, perfectly still.
At first, I thought they were praying, but then I realized something horrifying. They weren't looking at each other. They were all staring at the ground, at the center of the circle, and something was moving underneath the dirt. Then I heard it, a sound coming from underground, a slow, wet, breathing sound, like something massive was buried just beneath the soil, and it was waking up. My wife slowly stepped forward. She knelt down near the center, and then she whispered something. I couldn't hear the words, but the moment she spoke, the ground began to shake. The dirt cracked open slightly, and a smell poured out. Rotting, ancient, wrong. Then the dirt split open, just enough for something to push against the surface. Something huge, something alive. The crowd around the circle all began whispering the same phrase, over and over. Soon, soon, soon. That's when my wife suddenly turned around and looked directly at me. But something was wrong with her face. Her smile was too wide. Her eyes were too dark. And when she spoke, it wasn't her voice. She said, "You shouldn't have followed." Then everyone in the clearing turned toward me, all at the same time, dozens of faces, all smiling. And my wife said something that still haunts me. "Now it knows where you live." The ground behind them began to rise again, much higher this time, and that's when I realized they weren't worshiping it. They were feeding it.